Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. I want to share a comment that I read on my most recent video with you guys because I feel like it's a perfect opportunity to simplify what I was discussing, which is that we, through our assumptions as awareness, create a separation between imagination and 3D reality. And so this person was a little confused, although they did say that they watched the video a few more times and started to digest it and understand it. But what they stated that I want to point out and sort of break down for you guys is that I'm not understanding how we can become aware of something that we can only see in imagination or feeling, but it's not yet reflected in 3D. And the reason I want to talk about this is because this gets brought up a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I understand it completely. And I want to point out the assumptions that are at play here that continue to perpetuate that experience for you. So, first off, it's this idea that what do they say? We can only currently see in imagination. So right there, I can tell that through your assumptions, by your definition, by you are creating the notion that imagination, like I was saying in the video, is just fake. It's fairy tale, it's pretend only here. You're discrediting the value of awareness is what's happening. And so that's what that video was about, is that we have these assumptions in place that imagination is just pretend and 3D reality is real. And what I think in imagination may or may not appear in 3D reality, but until I see it in 3D reality, I'm not going to assume that it's truth. I'm not going to assume that it's real. I'm not going to allow myself to assume it's mine, it's done, etc. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Like it's that idea that I can only see it in imagination, but I'm not seeing it in 3D yet. So that part too, we want to shift that. Remember, there's no true separation between the now moment of awareness and your 3D reality. That's an illusory experience that we are creating through our assumption. So that in that gap, right? Like the gap gets bridged as you continue to value your present moment awareness. When you decide that only present moment awareness matters, that's when you start to bridge that gap and pull, create less of a distance between your imagined reality, what you're being aware of in imagination, and what you're seeing in your reflective 3D, because they really aren't separate. Nothing is separate. It's all happening within awareness, and you are awareness, and all things, possibilities, times, everything exists only and completely within awareness. So that idea that you're seeing it only in imagination, which whatever, and not yet in my 3D, which is everything. And I'm not saying that in a mocking way. I hope you understand that. But that's what's creating that experience for you. So, right, this is what, Neville stressed, the Bible stresses, tons of prophets have stressed that there is nothing out there. The only thing that matters is what's in here, basically, in a nutshell. And when we accept that as truth, out there changes because it isn't. It's not out there, right? So it's the acceptance that awareness is everything, the acceptance that imagination is everything, the acceptance that it's real, that it's truth, that it's your power, it's how you will create the reflective experience, is what we really are trying to get everybody on board with, right? That's the message that we're trying to convey. It's that stop making out there be important, because out there doesn't actually exist. That's an illusion. So stop making that be, it's real when I see it in 3D. Okay, then you're never going to see it in 3D. By that by that assumption, it will never appear because you're going to keep saying it's not real. It's not real. I'm not accepting it until I see it out here. And that's what's happening is we see it in imagination. Even in the moment, you're assuming it to be real, but then you say, well, it hasn't shown up yet. And I want to point out That sentence of "it hasn't shown up yet" is the manifestation of the assumption that it's only real when you see it in 3D. That's it. It's you not accepting the fact that it's yours. It's you not accepting and assuming that it's done. And that's going to manifest in, I don't see it out there, but it's not out here yet, but it hasn't shown up, but it's been 3 weeks, but whatever, whatever, whatever. All of those thoughts and observations are part of the manifested experience of you not allowing yourself to assume it's yours, to assume it's done, to assume that awareness is God. Period. So that's the message. It's we need to stop putting this importance on 3D, but I don't see it in my 3D yet, and that's the only place I want it because that's the only place that's real. Not true. Not true. In fact, again, the truth is that there is only the now moment, which means there cannot be any separation between now moment awareness and 3D reality. There can't be by law. That's impossible. There is no separation. We are creating the illusion of time. We are creating the illusion of separation. It's all coming from us. So know that to be true, and also decide that what I imagine with intent shows up always, period. Stop leaving it up to, happenstance or whatever. Like maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't. Some things do, some things don't. That also is an illusion that you can create the experience of, but it's not truth. Truth is that awareness creates your reality. But awareness creating your reality also means that if you become aware that some things aren't created in your reality, then they won't be. Okay? So there is my brief but hopefully clarifying video, and I will see you guys during the next one. Bye.